All right, guys. So sorry it took so long to come back, but as you guys can see here, Antifa, a couple of them anyway, have shown up, come up here. They're marching into the area. I'm gonna make sure this guy here understands what's happening.
But again, you don't want to acknowledge China and the trade negotiations we've had has fucked our country for centuries.
All I want to say is that Trump's trade war fucked farmers.
I disagree with you. I'm directly impacted by the trade negotiations that Trump had, and I'll tell you what, it made our country better and brought back millions of jobs to this country. You don't want to. Okay, manufacturing.
It inflated steel prices, right? Which fucked a lot of budgets. Right?
I'm in steel. I know about it.
Okay, good. So
I know about it.
Steel prices.
You see that?
Right?
But you don't understand. But you don't understand the concepts of trade negotiations and how we were getting fucked before it.
My point is that
What happened before steel was tariff?
I agree. China, we had a big trade deficit with China, right? Which in and of itself doesn't necessarily mean anything. Yeah, I agree with that. No.
Got your buddy showing
You're
up.
focusing on me, right? So what I was talking about was how Trump's trade war, which was really
All right, guys.
yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, we need to go up there.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
Fuck my
All right. Yeah, we saw that Matthew got arrested. Antifa was coming after him, and the cops picked up brother Matthew.
Oh, not a bunch. It was a small group of Antifa. I don't know why they leave.
You guys know that's a small group, right?
Yeah.
That's a small one.
Yeah. I know there's 100.
Yeah, there's more over that way too. I know.
So they're now positioned all over the place.
National Guard on site. This could be really interesting.
We got National Guard. Here, let's go to the right. Let's go down to the bottom.
Yeah, let's go over here. It's probably smarter.
So we got police leaving now.
Yeah, you got cops coming around to loop around. Love it.
There's not very many people left right now. It's literally just State Patrol and National Guard, maybe 10 Patriot people. Here's the National Guard.
Ain't fun for anybody. Not a party. Targeting a couple of us here.
State Patrol's coming in on the left over there.
You parked in there, or you parked over there?
Dude. What?
So there's about 100 or so more of them down below, over to the right. Yeah. So this small group of Antifa came up here. They walked up. Didn't really engage with much of anybody. They just came up and faced off with National Guard and so on. There's about 100 more down below. Okay, so I think they pretty much just identified themselves. They just chanted Antifa. So I guess I don't need to ask them after all. Never underestimate. We hate fascists. Oh, it's something we can all agree on.
Yeah.
One of them just yelled, I had a better coup d'etat in my school. It looks like they're going back down. Since nobody's up here, I don't necessarily know whether or not they're going to come back up here again or not. I think I might end up just going home and coming back up tomorrow. Tomorrow it's supposed to be another deal. Same kind of thing. People showing up and kind of having another rally. People are going to be confronting representatives. State representatives are coming back into session tomorrow. And Antifa said that they're going to be coming back tomorrow as well. So it'll be interesting to see kind of what happens. I'm pretty sure the preacher is going to be released. Most of the time, officers will pick somebody up and they'll put them into custody to appease the rioters and pretty much to appease the mob. And they'll sit there and they'll chant and laugh and so on and so forth, but usually nobody gets hurt when they do that. So I'm pretty sure Matthew's not going to be charged with anything or anything like that. Me and other conservative channels would be nothing without Antifa. It's adorable. That's adorable that there's so much ignorance in this world. Antifa makes me interesting. Okay. You know, some people think that freedom makes people interesting. You know, actually standing up against fascism would make people interesting, but whatever. All I do is chase Antifa. All right, Eliza. Well, I'm going to go ahead and say bye to you. But
It's our free trade buddy back again.
Common sense conservative ain't having it today, guys.
just understand that, yeah, I do a lot of stuff besides just film Antifa.
No, you haven't been to all these other events. What are you talking about? Come on. Quit hating and lying.
All right, there's a guy over here that I do want to have a chit chat with.
Yeah, it's I think they make it like $100 cheaper.
You know, it's funny though. I did get started because of Black Lives Matter, and it's funny because I used to go out and film Don't Shoot PDX, which was Portland's Black Lives Matter, and it was kind of cool. I would give them props all the time because they were peaceful. They would have like organized events. They weren't rioting and stuff like that. I gave them lots of props. And then the riots started in Portland, and the media was lying about it. So I was like, well, I'm gonna go show what's really happening. So I didn't even start because of Antifa. Well, I was curious. You guys were talking to him about like the trade war and stuff. Like, what else? Like, what are you guys doing up here? Yeah, like you believe everybody has the right to free speech without, being assaulted and so on? So you're anti-Antifa then? Well, Antifa goes and they assault people because of other people exercising their free speech. So if you're not anti-Antifa, have you seen any fascists in the last, couple weeks, months? Actually, I've seen 2 fascists here, as a matter of fact, self-proclaimed Nazis. But do you see Nazis anywhere, like around here? A mob of white people? You didn't see the Samoan or the black people that were there as well? That's kind of weird. It's really kind of racist, actually, that you would sit there and just say it was only white people. I mean, it is, because you're making a very general term, a very general statement there. Could you see the people that just came up here in the black masks? 100% of them were white. So are they fascists too? Oh, the Antifa that just showed up here was 100% white. So were they Nazis?
Riled up by the self-willed president, invaded the capital of this nation.
Yes, they did.
That's like pretty fascistic.
But why did they do that? Why did a whole bunch of angry right-wingers invade the Capitol building?
To support the democratically elected government.
It couldn't be because they were pissed off and tired of people calling them Nazis and fascists and white supremacists when that's not even remotely true. And the fact that... Go ahead.
An appropriate response to that?
Is burning cities and breaking windows and looting, is that a appropriate response? Who's being shot down in the streets? Black people.
Black people have been held down in this country. Native Americans have been fucking genocided. Not been apologized to. Fucking football teams have been named after them.
I'm mostly Native. I don't want an apology.
Okay, good.
Most Native people don't want an apology.
Yes, but they do want us to land back, right? They don't want to
They-
exist, exploits them and materially fucks them. And a foreign power, right? Like essentially like this white, this virus of people of color has come in and descended upon their land and destroyed it. Right? Do you disagree with that?
100%.
You do disagree with that?
Absolutely. My people, so I'm Lakota. I'm Lakota Sioux. My people were conquered. My people fought for their land. They fought for their rights. They fought for their everything, and they were conquered. They lost. And there's no dishonor in that. You saying that it was, stolen from them or whatever, that's demeaning. That's absolutely demeaning. That means that my ancestors fought for nothing, that their blood was nothing.
What I said was they were invaded by a land raid.
And we're invaded. Can you give me one civilization that was not invaded at one point in time?
No.
None. My people invaded other people and they took them slaves. So why are?
Like it, right? That's all I'm saying.
But what makes the white man any worse than the native man? The native people would go and they would rape and pillage other tribes all the time.
What makes the white man worse is that the white man has created a civilization that's destroyed this land.
Well, how did they destroy this land? We have millions upon millions of more trees now than we did in the 1800s. How did they destroy this land?
Who the fuck cut down those trees in the first place, man?
And because they cut those trees down, we have millions more.
Done to this fucking place, man.
But because they cut those trees down, we have millions more.
Into a land of fucking suburban development.
A land of milk and honey where you actually have the ability to sit for everybody.
Everybody.
For everybody, for the world. That's why millions upon millions of people try to come to this country. You bet.
That was a promise that was broadcast. And that is the reason they came here. In order to serve a government.
Can you
Wanted to repress indigent populations further.
How?
Using immigrant, my father.
as a native person, I have more privilege than you. I have more privilege than anybody in this country as a native person. I get free healthcare, I get free college, I get free everything just because I have some brown blood in me.
No, I don't.
You also have privilege. You have more privilege than this guy or than any of these people. If any one of these people came up and punched you in the face, what is that called? That's a hate crime. But if you punched any one of them in the face, well, that's just some dude punching somebody in the face.
There's a reason for that legislation, right?
No, that's a stupid reason. You just talked about free speech about 5 minutes ago. You talked about free speech.
White supremacy that's lasted for 400 years.
Where are the white
Every
supremacists?
fucking race has like destroyed their psyches, their material conditions because of what the white man has done to them.
The white man has made...
Has invaded, has lied, has stolen.
everybody's invaded. Everybody's lied. Everybody's raped. Everybody has.
That doesn't excuse the fact that you've done it, and you're not you. That
No, my people have too. Lakota Sioux have raped and pillaged
right, and they're getting
countless
their
people.
comeuppance now, okay?
They're getting their comeuppance
They're getting their comeuppance
because they're on reservations. Is that their comeuppance? That's. But I don't understand.
This is not just white people.
Everybody has done it. Why are white people? Why are white people to blame when Africans who still take slaves aren't to blame, or natives who took?
About the Chinese?
Okay, then why are you caring about this
Chinese?
mythical white
This country
supremacy?
Where white supremacy is reigns supreme. Because I'm here.
But then you're talking environmental issues and all this, that, and the third.
Yes.
So you only care about the environment here in America, not around the world?
No, but I'm here, right?
So you-
Think global, I act local. Charity. Look at this. This is Cascadia. I'm a pro Cascadia.
I love the idea of Cascadia. It's awesome.
Man, I'm done with this country.
Yeah, but it's because of this country that freedom exists in the world.
No, that's.
It's a fact.
Hear what you just said?
It's a fact. It's because of this country that freedom exists in this world. Correct. We have fought since our creation to provide freedom and to give freedom to the world. We have not succeeded fully. Huh?
What happened in Iraq was fighting for freedom?
100%. How much oil have we gotten from Iraq? Can you tell me? Zero. China's gotten all of
I
it.
can tell you what we've done to that country.
What have we done to that country?
Destroyed everything in that country, basically. We destroyed all the infrastructure they had for, I don't know, what do you define as freedom? The ability to do what you want, right?
The ability to live your life, yeah.
Yeah.
Without fear of oppression and so on. Sure, but we left, didn't we? We left Iraq, and now look what...
After doing what?
What about Trump pulling troops out? You don't agree with that
Oh,
kind
I
of
agree.
stuff?
Okay.
So you're saying Trump's your bitch. You don't like anything? You don't like anything he's
We
done?
actually did that because he's not finished. I told you.
Well, I mean, Trump is a populist president, so like he does what the people wanted.
Well, he does what some. Less than half. Quite a bit.
Right. But I mean, you're talking literally 2 population centers that didn't like him. New York and California. The rest of the country was pretty pro-Trump. That's 100% true. Trump led the popular vote until what state came in? That would be California. Was the nomination pro-Trump? Navajo Nation?
Somewhere that's outside. Or most of New Mexico, for that matter.
No, most of New Mexico. Have you been to New Mexico? New Mexico is a pretty jacked up state when it comes to their politics. They elected some douchebag named Gary Johnson who brags about the fact that he did nothing his entire tenure.
But that's besides the point.
I'm just saying.
The reason that Trump got elected is New York got populated.
The reason that he lost the popular vote was New York and
Okay,
California.
because there's more people in New York and California.
Right.
What the fuck do you want?
That's what I'm saying. It's two population centers. They don't speak for the entire country. They shouldn't have the ability to either.
Population, right?
They speak for their population. Yeah, but we don't
It's not
exist.
them. It's not us and them, man. Why are you talking like that? That's fucked up, man.
It is us and them. This whole world is us versus them. Freedom versus fascism. And we actually have people who call themselves anti-fascists who are fascist.
Torch-bearing mobs. The white man went to Charlottesville.
A few torch-bearing mobs, yes, sure. A couple people.
Everywhere in this country. I feel here. You should have felt better. I mean, you're white presenting, so it's a little bit better.
Yeah, I have Irish and German mixed in with my Lakota, so I'm a definite pale Indian.
White presenting.
But still, even Charlottesville was a minority, crowd when it came to, the white supremacists. It was a minority, 100%. Huh? All whites are minorities now? Cool. Who cares? That's. Wait. So are you saying that the people storming the Capitol had to do anything with white people?
Yeah, I'm saying specifically, so, I mean, with no connotation, the European domination of this planet is waning, right? Post-World War II, after they cannibalized the fuck out of each other as their empires were declining, right?
Okay.
So their empires started declining. Now they've really declined. China's ascendant, right? Fucking Africa's sort of ascendant.
With the help of China, you bet. Africa's doing a lot of stuff.
Help is strong.
China's very heavily invested in Africa.
No, I agree, but I'm saying that's just imperialism. I don't think
Sure.
that helps personally.
Okay, no, I agree with you on that totally.
So my point is, in response to the waning of the power of white supremacy, like, I don't mean this as like, oh, white supremacists. I mean, no connotations. I mean, a literal white supremacist, European supremacist, we're all power, right?
Okay.
As a response to the waning of that, the way I see it, white people are basically having, or people associated with this European supremacist situation are having, I don't want to say tension, but, they're actually, right?
But that's accusing the people, that's accusing the vast majority of those people that actually even think about that even think that go, hey, I'm white, I'm losing my whiteness,
I don't think
therefore...
it's about it. I think it's a large currents in society. I don't think it's like some decision that we're making. Right? It's like we're not like governed by like conscious impulses. We're like governed by subconscious currents within society.
You should be governed by conscious
We
impulses.
should be everything. We should be God. I should be God. You should be God, right? Oh, great. We should be Jesus or whatever. Fucking we should say, right? Like, we should be plenty of things, but we are ruled by currents in society.
So what are you ruled by? What's your motivation?
Self-exploration, man. So I'm the child of immigrants, man. I grew up. I grew up. I grew up in New York City, in a heavily immigrant community. And I was taught that hard work for hard work's sake is good. And I realized that was just like us serving this like majority white, vast majority white.
What's your ethnicity? Can I ask you?
I'm Indian.
You're Indian. You're like literally part of the most successful group of people in the world.
Yeah. Well, no.
So then, yeah, yes, you're.
American?
No, nope.
You think Indians? Bro, go the fuck to India, bro.
Oh no, I'm not talking about like India perfect. But when Indians come to this country,
Oh yeah, Indian American.
Indian, yes,
Yeah.
very successful in this country. But they're not.
Materially.
Sure, materially so, but that's not because they're like bowing down to their white overlords. It's
Yeah.
because how do you figure?
These people are talented. They come in here with highly skilled. What's that? Oh, I'm sorry. Your people, excuse me. Indian people come to this country, highly skilled and they're sought out because of their talents and their
But
skills.
skilled doing what? Skilled serving, for example, financial companies,
That's
right? Which are raping all of us. So,
But that's not where all Indian American people go is to that. Like they're Indian American people are successful in multiple different industries in this country.
If somebody's in that community, like the overriding, like the self-selection of particular Indian Americans for coming here, those are people who want to work hard for material and academic and intellectual success, right?
But isn't talking against that self-defeating? Because you're making it so like the only reason I'm doing this is so I can please that or them, instead of like I'm doing this for the betterment of myself and or my
But
people.
I don't believe that the material wealth and betterment of yourself are not the same thing.
It's not all material though.
It's very material. It's,
They come
to
here
me,
to be.
it's selling out your soul.
They come here to be free.
Yeah.
That guy
Coming
back
to be
there
free,
looks like
right?
fucking
From old world kind of.
Yeah, I mean, from the oppression and the system that they live under there in their country, where they don't have opportunities and they live in a bubble, they don't even understand what exists outside of their world. They come here to find a better society. Well, I've been to India. I've seen the bubbles that they live in. I mean, I've been all over the north and west of India.
That's very cool.
And so, I mean, I've seen the societies that they live in, and I understand that those people, they don't know what exists outside of that world.
No, but that's
so
a
those
bit
people
of a
that are coming here,
generalization.
they're not all coming here for material things, dude. They come here for freedom and a better life for them and their families. So that's not material.
Would you say that any Indian that migrates to this country, no matter like 99.9% of the time, is in a better living condition, the better quality of life?
What?
You-
I mean, have you been to India? I mean, I've been to India too, and in no place that I've been in India do I see that
Yeah,
they
but
live
you're
a
talking
better.
about like slum people, man. You're talking
No,
about, like,
I've been to the
people
main
that-
cities, New Delhi, and
Yeah,
I've also been to
that's the
out
same.
in the middle of the country, dude,
Yeah.
in
Let
Ranthambore.
me tell you, the people are coming here, man. It's not the people from the slum. It's the same as this country. It's not like the people at the bottom in this country have true mobility, right? It's the people who already were able to leave that are coming here.
So what do you think that India could do to make India better, to bring people up to our standard here in this country?
No, I don't.
He doesn't
think
care about
any-
India. He only cares about himself and this country.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like our standard in this country is higher than the standard of living in India.
Not.
It's not.
It's maybe on a material level. Certain
I've been
types
there.
of freedoms. Dude, I've been in India many times, right? The freedom you see here, freedom to be confined to a road as an analogy, the freedom here is to be confined to the highway system as an analogy.
Okay.
Whereas if you're living in a part of India that's a lot of hand-cut paths, right? That's a very different kind of freedom. This is all
Okay.
analogy.
Right.
My point being that freedom is a bit of an illusion here, right? Like we don't.
Oh yeah, we do not currently live in a free society in this country anymore.
What are we doing so great? And it's like, and listen, like 50
But-
years ago,
Right.
in a time that is referred to by people like Trump, that's the time that's referred to, right? In the Make America Great Again.
Sure.
Okay, cool. So certain people were living a life of plenty and stuff while raping the land, while holding down blacks, right? And while,
No, but that's okay.
years ago.
That's cherry picking though. That's literally taking one aspect of our civilization, which we have grown past and beyond.
It's taken us
We
200
have.
years to get to this point.
The vast majority
We
of
haven't atoned for the original sins of genocide and slavery. We've done nothing material. You fucking paid lip service to these people. You've given them their rights back 50 years ago. You gave them their rights back? Like that's your fucking, not you, right? Like it's their fucking
yeah,
rights
this is all
to
I
give?
feed.
It's not their rights to give. If you want to truly apologize, you make material reparations, 40 acres and a mule. That's what I'm talking about.
But I thought you didn't want the material though.
Yeah,
But you're just contradicting yourself at that point.
I'm not saying I don't want the material. I'm saying that
that's what you just said.
no, I'm saying that certain Indians came here for material and I did say and intellectual freedom, right?
Sure.
I said both of those things. My point is that the driver of way too much in this country is like this short-term material gain bullshit, and that we're destroying our environment, we're destroying each other, and this fucking entire civilization is based on exploitation and not giving back, right? As an example, I'll give you farming as an example, right? Where the overriding philosophy of farming in this country has been, and now exported to the rest of the world, thank you, Green Revolution, has been take from the land, don't put back any compost, for example, don't put back any manure. Just fucking fertilize, just put artificial fertilizer on that shit, just till that shit, man. Just put machines on that shit, man. That is a philosophy that
Some
It's
take.
bigger than just farming, right?
Sure,
Some take that
but that's
philosophy, some do
also
take that philosophy, but then there's hundreds of thousands of farmers who also take the organic approach and the organic route.
Well, and not to mention, though, that-
now there's a bit of a resurgence, right? But what has happened to them?
They've always
Look at
been
how much
here.
the produce costs.
Permaculture and
But look at how much the produce costs from people who do permaculture, right? At farmers markets, it's ridiculously expensive because economies of scale, right?
but that technology that you hate also made it so people can now farm the Sahara Desert, for instance. Like, that's a great thing.
Also, by the way, the Sahara Desert is expanding because of farming practices like that. So I don't accept that argument.
You don't accept the idea that farming in the Sahara is a good thing.
For tens of thousands of years, or sorry, for thousands of years, right? Like, it's not like we always had the ability to farm the Sahara. We just put a bunch of dead bodies there and fucking let it rot for years and years. Like the fact that people are farming the Sahara is not a good thing. Why is that a good thing?
That's a great thing because you're feeding people, huh?
Because now we have our carrying capacity is artificially increased.
Because you can feed people now that are impoverished and have no food.
Bro, like people, it's not like people in Africa were always impoverished, right? It's not like people in Africa were always.
No, Africa's been pretty steadily impoverished since forever.
I was gonna say, I don't think there's any point which it hasn't been impoverished.
Yeah.
Okay, what do we mean by?
I mean, you're talking
Poverty.
like
I'm talking like people that don't have food to eat and homes and shelter and that live a life.
you still have tribal.
What about them? First of all, being tribal is not in and of itself a bad thing at all. Your high society has created this, right? Like a bunch of fucking concrete around.
Ease of access and freedom. You bet. Yeah, it's great. It's awesome. Technology is amazing.
Imagine
A
all
lot
the
of
passageways through the pass over to the other side of the state.
we can travel thousands upon thousands of miles in hours instead of years now. So it's great.
What does that do?
A society where we're able to add value to our own lives and to the lives around us.
And not to mention that you're bringing cultures together.
What about like spiritual exploration? What about things?
We
like
have
that
freedom
we
of
don't
religion in
value?
this country. Where look at China, where they're taking Uyghurs and putting them into encampments.
I'm not pro-China. I'm not pro-centralized government at all, really.
Well, I mean, you seem to cherry pick ideas, and it seems to only be. You have plenty of times in this conversation. It
He
seems.
brought up the Sahara. I'm just.
No, I was going off of the GMOs thing, but like, so and you said you're pro Antifa. Antifa will sit there and wave communist flags all the time. How can you possibly support that?
Because I mean, I'm not a communist. I don't really have a problem. They're not like actually gonna. I don't have a problem with them waving communist flags. I just don't. It's not a problem.
Communism. Go ahead.
I was gonna say you care about what's going on in this country, but you don't care about what's coming to our country. You don't see the signs like when they're waving communist flags here and demanding, our city council
I just think it's a way bigger problem when the descendant, like proto-fascist majority of this country goes and invades the capital and like fucking continues terrorizing minorities, right? Like, to me, that's for obvious reasons a bigger issue.
But if you want to talk about like actual fascism and terrorizing minorities, look at every communist country ever in existence. That's all they've ever done.
It's not this stupid ass fucking binary battle between communism and fascism. I'm not gonna get into that. It's too much.
There's very little difference between communism and fascism, but there is a giant difference. No, but hold on. There's a giant difference between communism, fascism, and freedom, which is what you're calling all these like.
Freedom is bullshit, man.
How is freedom?
What is freedom to you then? Good question.
I mean, you mentioned the First Amendment like when we first started talking, and that's freedom. So why is freedom bullshit if you're going to reference the First
Where do you
Amendment?
find more freedom than America? Let me ask you that then.
Like, for example, in an area where you can walk where you want,
Right here.
The jungle is communal. No, bro, I was
Do you
just
think
saying
that you're
Eastern
more
Oregon-
free in the jungle?
Eastern Oregon.
Well, I mean,
I mean, if you're going to be by yourself in a jungle, but then again, you're going to be with no resources
Yeah,
and
but that's-
nothing.
you
So I
asked
don't
me
think your
what-
quality of life is going to be
But
very.
bro, hold on. You asked me where's the most freedom, right?
Okay.
I was talking about where's the most freedom. I was just in Eastern Oregon, and you know it's beautiful out there. It's very empty, but there's just giant fucking plots of land with fences around them, like destroying animal migration, not allowing people to go where they want. So, come on, man. I don't fuck with them.
no, it's true. It sucks, but like so. But we have a population, and the population continues to grow. So what is the alternative? Genocide and eugenics?
Remember that it seemed to me like you were taking as a net good that we were allowing, that we were in. Hey, can I get a cigarette?
I don't smoke.
Okay.
It's probably back there.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like to me like you were taking it as like a good thing that the population could be allowed to grow in like the Sahara, right? Like,
Sure, yeah, I like the idea of people not starving to
I don't
death.
think that's good. No, not starving to death. Like increasing the population. It's not that you're gonna stop people from starving to death. Like, we've tried that, or some people have tried that, right? With the Green Revolution, for example.
All right.
You could do more farming. It completely backfired. Like farmers in India are killing themselves. And it's a total disaster, right? It's just fucking kleptological bullshit. So like, anyways, point is, yes, I know there's a large population in this country, and I personally believe we should like manage the decline of this population. We shouldn't like shit our pants when our population starts declining. But to me, that's actually tied in with what we're talking about, right? Because capitalism requires growing profits, right? By definition, it requires it. So to me, the problem is like this, like quasi-ethnic capitalism, right? So yeah, that's fine.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for talking, man. Like, I know your buddy didn't want to talk or anything, but
Yeah, I'm
thanks for taking the time.
doing something, so I should have.
I just wanted to close that off because they're doing a changing of the guard now. I know you guys were loving and enjoying that. Where'd everybody go?
Headed back.
Did Quincy and all them go back?
They're just right over here. But he said let's go and then regroup and come back and watch the show.
All right,
I don't know.
we can do that. It's starting to get chilly. All right, guys. Yeah, everybody's been asking me to like interview and talk to people, so boom, you get what you ask for. Check that out. But no, yeah, it was. You know, we don't have to agree. You know, like I might think he's kind of goofy and has some really goofy ideas, but notice we had an exchange of ideas because free speech matters. So, you know, it is what it is. So I think we are going to go regroup and warm up a little bit here. And looks like there's some more people actually coming back up here, so that's different.
Were they letting you guys use those ones? They were letting you guys use those ones?
Yeah, there's people coming back up here, so I don't know. Goofy's an understatement. Yeah, that's a pretty cool tree. I mean, you know, this is the one thing that I think would be really cool if people could just sit and stop and talk for a second to some of these guys. You'll find that you'll agree with some stuff that they'll say. I'm just saying, like, it is possible that you will agree. Like, we can both agree that we are not living in a free society right now. Boom. Check it out. We agree on something. So we can actually take that agreement, we could actually build upon it if we weren't, like, you know, in debate mode, right? You know, there's stuff that some of these lefties, they just shut up for a minute and stop yelling and saying a bunch of unfounded, stupid, baseless crap you'd agree with. Also, thank you guys for those of you who donated. It's definitely going to help me get to DC on the 20th, cover what's going on there. Couldn't make it to on the 6th because I'm being throttled. Can't wait for I don't know, some sponsors. Hey, speaking of that, look for sponsors. It'd be nice to not have to depend on the oligarchs of social media to pay my living. But if anybody's got a business and they want to sponsor, my email can be easily found. They're coming. The rest. So we got some state patrol here. I think maybe county guys on the left, and a couple Antifa scouts hanging out here. Oh, guys all the way up here, all the way from Portland.
You got that right?
Yeah. Don't worry, I'll edit it out. So these are Portland Antifa here. Came all the way up here for, you know, doing whatever they're gonna do. I think we're looking to probably get out of here for the evening, possibly.
Dark, that's when the gargoyles come out.
Portland Antifa. They're calling us chuds. Hey, so earlier today,
making chud shirts, by the way.
I was getting called a chud because I was talking about freedom and like anti-fascism, stuff like that, and they were calling me a chud, and I was like, you know what, I guess I'll take that as a compliment. Might as well. I mean, if that's what it means to be a chud, like believing in freedom and liberty and all that good stuff, I'll be a chud. I'm cool with it. It's fine. I'll have to Urban Dictionary it later. Taking some pictures down there. I hear a bullhorn or maybe a popo MCing. Past tense Chad. That's awesome.
Let's walk that way. Just go on this side.
Hey. Do. Yeah, Parlor is definitely going to be gone. I don't know if it's already gone, but make sure you guys check out the links in the description. If you guys want to make sure you stay up to date with the content and stuff, go to make sure you get Telegram. Also on Rumble. I'm sure YouTube's gonna shut me down here eventually. Seems to be the trend. Are ladies called chudettes? It's a good question. Solid question.
Kids are chudlets.
Kids are chublets?
Chudlets.
Chudlets? Oh, nice. Like chiclets?
Yeah.
I like it. DLive is a pain. You know, it's not handy for mobile streaming. Where's Quincy? Oh. Oh, so you guys have just been waiting for me this whole time?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I apologize. You guys all cold?
If I pee my pants, dude,
If you peed your pants because you can't tell? Too cold, can't tell. All right, guys, I gotta end this thing so people don't know where I am located. I know they're watching, so I might come back tonight. I don't know. But either way, thank you all for watching. Make sure you subscribe, hit that bell. Tomorrow is going to be another event. We'll be here early tomorrow morning. So make sure make sure you guys follow. See you guys tomorrow for sure. Maybe later tonight. And make sure you check out the stream from earlier. Which Count on Rumble, you can find me, The Common Sense Conservative. I have the same icon everywhere. So if it's a different icon, that's not me. It should be the black icon saying The Common Sense Conservative. So I will see y'all later.